Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the conclusion of the 2-day National Conference of Corporate Company Secretaries, Company Secretary Pursuing Perfection. May I now invite C.S. Devendra V. Deshpande, President ICSI, to kindly accompany our chief guest, Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Judge, High Court of Kerala, onto the dais. I also request C.S. Nagendra D. Rao, Program Director and immediate past President ICSI, to accompany our guest of honor, Sri S. Suhas IAS, Managing Director, Cochin International Airport Limited. I also call upon C.S. Ashish Mohan, Secretary ICSI, to kindly occupy his seat on the dais. May I now call upon C.S. Mithun Shenoy, Chairman, Kochi Chapter, onto the dais, please. Ladies and gentlemen, request you to kindly rise for the ICSI motto song.
कह देंगे हम संसार को कोई लक्ष्य नामुमकिन नहीं ज्ञान के और न्याय के हर राह को थामे हुए चल पड़े हैं झूम कर बस गीत ये गाते हुए सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद धर्मम चर कदमों की हर एक गूंज में बस जीत का एहसास हो राष्ट्र प्रगति पथ पे हो और आत्मबल की आस हो जब भी चले इस भाव से खुलते गए हैं रास्ते आवाज हमने दिल से दी है गीत ये गाते हुए सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद हर उन्नति के रंग में हर भारतीय हाथ हो उद्यम हो या उद्योग हो हर ओर अपना साथ हो जाना शिखर तक है हमें सच की कलाई थाम कर हम जीत के सुर छेड़ेंगे गीत ये गाते हुए सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद धर्मम चर सत्यम वद धर्मम चर
Thank you. May I now call upon C.S. Devendra V. Deshpande, President ICSI, to present Angavastram and Planter to our chief guest of the event, Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Judge, High Court of Kerala. I request our beloved President to present Angavastram and Planter to the guest of honor, Sri S. Suhas IAS, Managing Director, Cochin International Airport Limited. Thank you, sir. I invite C.S. Nagendra D. Rao, Program Director and immediate past President ICSI, to deliver the welcome address.
Very good afternoon to all the esteemed members present on the dais and of the dais, and all the esteemed members present over here. Honorable Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Judge High Court of Kerala, Shri S. Suhas, IAS, Managing Director, Cochin International Airport, our beloved President, CS Devendra Videsh Pandey, CS Mithun Shenoy, Chairman of the Kochi chapter, CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary of the ICSI, all the beloved past presidents present over here, my council colleagues, all the esteemed panelists, speakers, past chairman of the SIRC, past chairman of the Kochi chapter and all other chapters of southern region, all the office bearers of the Kochi chapter and other regions, esteemed members present over here. Once again, a warm welcome to the valedictory session of the 3rd National Conference of Corporate CS. It is indeed a proud moment for me to welcome our chief guest for today's function. And what best the chief guest would be when we have our motto, Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. Speak the truth, abide by law. And we always, in case of certain difference or dispute, go to your lordships for resolving some issues whatsoever we face. Give a round of applause to our chief guest, Shri Honorable Justice Devan Ramchandran, Honorable Judge High Court of Karnataka, in spite of his busy schedule, from Kerala. Sorry, I always... Kerala and Karnataka is one only. Honorable Judge High Court of Kerala for coming and going to address our 3rd National Conference of Corporate CS despite his busy schedule. Look at the smile. Look at the conduct. The moment you see a personality walking across with head high, the posture itself indicate what kind of judgments are going to be delivered, what kind of message is being given to the society at large. Once again, a big round of applause to our chief guest. I also take this opportunity in welcoming our guest of honor, Namma, since he is also from Karnataka, Namma, Shri S. Suhas, IAS, Managing Director of Cochin International Airport Limited. I also welcome all the esteemed members, delegates present over here, and all those esteemed members who are joined virtually for attending the valedictory session of the 3rd National Conference of Corporate CS. We had various technical sessions to start with the critical aspect of SEBI compliances, board BRSR, the responsibility statement, financial impact of non-financial reporting, evolving role of CS in the era of digitalization, leadership skill vis-a-vis the crisis management, and last but not the least, the opportunities beyond the boundaries. I'm sure that all these technical sessions what we have gone through have built more qualities in us so that we can deliver with the motto saying company secretary pursuing perfection. And I'm sure that we will do best not only for our corporate sectors, not only for our stakeholders, but nation as a whole. Once again, I welcome each and every member of the profession. And before I conclude and say thanks to each and every one of you, being the program director, I wish to thank each and every member of our professionals who are present personally and virtually for making this a grand event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now call upon CS Mithun P. Shenoy, Chairman Kochi Chapter, to introduce Chief Guest of the Day and Guest of Honor.
Respected Chief Guest for this valedictory session, Honorable Justice Devan Sir, Judge High Court of Kerala. Guest of Honor, Sri Suhas Sir, Managing Director, Cochin International Airport Limited. Our own President, Devendra Sir. Our own Program Director as well as Central Council Member, Nagendra Sir. Our own Secretary, Ashish Sir. Central Council Members, and my dear members and students. I welcome you all to this valedictory session. Third National Conference of Corporate CS per se is a grand success. With all your support, particularly my managing committee and as well as HQ, I should thank you all for making this event grand success. Now, my duty is to introduce Chief Guest and Guest of Honor. Let me introduce first Chief Guest. Sri Devan Ramachandran Sir was born on 19th March 1968 at Kochi and attended Bhavans Vidya Mandir Elamakkara at secondary school level, Sacred Heart College Thevara at senior secondary, that is pre-degree level, and the Government College Ernakulam to graduate as Bachelor of Law. He was enrolled as advocate on rolls of Bar Council of Kerala on 9th March 1991. He then joined chamber of his father, Mr. M.P.R. Nair, Bachelor's in Law and Senior Advocate to Commerce Practice of Law. In a few years, Sri Ramachandran Sir set up independent practice primarily in constitutional law, company and corporate matters, banking and financial and commercial laws. He was designated as Senior Advocate by High Court of Kerala on 21st November 2015 and was appointed as Additional Judge on 5th October 2016. I welcome you, sir, to this valedictory session. May I now introduce our guest of honor, Sri Suhas Sir. Sri S. Suhas Sir, an engineer turned IAS officer, is well known in the state of this pragmatic brilliance and diligence. This tech-savvy officer has already initiated many administrative programs effectively integrating technology with governance. A native of Bangalore, he is a qualified electronic engineer, graduated from PS Institute of Technology, Bangalore. He cleared the UPSC exam in the year 2012 and was assigned Kerala cadre and started off his career as Assistant Collector of Ernakulam. With his first posting as Sub-Collector of Fort Kochi, his first decision was to renovate the RD office there. A welcome move, the office today stands tall and shares its beauty along with Fort Kochi Beach. Subsequently, he emphasized on the use of technology for effective administration. Believing that an administrator should be relieved of grievances of public, he has structured the administrative functions of Fort Kochi office in a smooth and hassle-free so as to provide their redressal on time. He was appointed as District Collector, Wayanad in the year 2018 and then transferred to Alappuzha. He took charge as District Collector, Ernakulam in the year 2019. During his tenure, he bagged the Best Project Officer Award for Kochi Smart City project. He was also appreciated for his effort in introducing a proper mechanism to curb illegal land reclamation and land mafia. His reluctant efforts, adaptation of technology were instrumental for district in controlling COVID pandemic. His move to set up first oxygen war room in Ernakulam prompted government of Kerala to give instruction to all district administration to set up oxygen war rooms where real-time data on oxygen inventory in each district could fed to centralized system and redistribution of cylinders was done effectively and with much accuracy. After completion of his tenure, Government of Kerala has given his post of Managing Director of Cochin International Airport Limited, one of the reputed establishment in country in the year 2012 June. He is also officering the post of RBDCK. With this, I welcome Suhas sir to this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mithun. May I now call upon CS Devendra V. Deshpande to deliver his presidential address.
Good afternoon, all. This will be the last time I will be speaking you on a formal platform on this third National Conference for Corporate Company Secretaries. I welcome our chief guest and guest of honor, Justice Devan Ramchandran, Honorable Judge of Kerala High Court, and Shri S. Suhas, IAS, and Managing Director of Kochi International Airport Limited, to this valedictory session. A valedictory session is always a mix of emotions, wherein we had wonderful time in last 2 days. I must say that Mithun said that it was a successful conference. I as a president, I feel that whether it was successful or not will be decided by you people, but I as a president am really satisfied with the way this conference has gone up and the way everybody, you all have supported this event by first registering, second attending, and third enjoying each and every moment of this conference and learning from all the 5 technical sessions which we have done. So I must, on behalf of Institute, give you a big round of applause for your wonderful participation. And without your participation, this program would not have been successful, and it would not have been satisfied feeling for a president at this point of time. I must also thank our program director, Nagendra ji, who is part of this core team working very hard for this particular conference. He had certain medical emergencies at home, but during last 2 days, we could not even feel from his face that he is going through this difficult time, but I must appreciate his efforts, and thank you very much, Nagendra ji, for taking this conference to the highest level and doing this wonderfully well. I must also thank our Banu ji, because she is the lead for this particular program, along with Preeti ji, Khushbu, both the comparers, Manju and Madhulika. We must give them a big round of applause because they handle the entire show. Not last but not the least, the entire managing committee, Smita from Kochi chapter and all other chapter chairmen who were present here. They have been real support for the institute in this wonderful cause of carrying this torch of national program of corporate company secretaries, and it really motivates me for doing further national programs. So I would like to tell you that on 17th and 18th of June, we are going to have our National PCS conference, maybe at Lonavala. So we will be coming out with block your diaries, and we will surely let you know. And I expect that the institute will get similar response from all the members and students all across India. As Honorable High Court Judge Kerala is present, let me tell you 2 initiatives of the institute which we are taking it forward. It is related to the judicial mechanism. Institute is coming out with arbitration institute in South. So we will be setting up our arbitration institute at COE Hyderabad. COE Hyderabad is led by Nagendra ji. So we are we are working on it, and maybe this year we are coming out with Arbitration Institute, which will definitely, we are anyways allowed to act as arbitrators. As company secretaries, we can act as an arbitrator. So we are coming out with Arbitration Institute, which will empanel our arbitrators. We have already done basic and advanced level, 2-level courses for arbitration, and we also have a PMQ, so post membership qualification course. So we give, institute gives diploma degree for in arbitration. So we are working very hard on this particular point, and we are soon going to set up an arbitration institute at COE Hyderabad, and once that is set up, we will go and expand our boundaries beyond south. So we will have different places wherein we will have arbitration institute. In addition to that, we are also working, sir, on mediation, because as per Companies Act, we are allowed to act as mediator, even though Mediation Act does not per se allow us, but it does not also restrict us. So in view of the commercial dispute courts coming up and mediation being the first stage of any commercial dispute resolution, we are trying to set up a mediation center, mediation institute, because though the mediation council rules are yet to be set up by the government, just last week I was fortunate enough to meet our Kiran Rijjuji, our Minister for Law and Justice, and I told him that institute will take efforts for taking forward the drafting of the rules and regulations for mediation council and its progress. So we will be soon acting as mediators also. So these are the two initiatives which I wanted to share with all of you, because Justice High Court is present here, so I just wanted to share with you. Two more initiatives I would like to tell you, and before I close. One, today we have signed a in-principle approval. We have taken an in-principle approval for entering into a MOU with Department of MSME in West Bengal. So I think Sandeep Kejriwal ji, the initiative which you have taken for entering into a MOU with Department of MSME West Bengal, it's been approved, so soon we will be entering into a contract MOU with them, so that MSME related issues can be sorted out by the institute. They will give training. A lot of MSME entrepreneurs will come into picture, and they will connect to institute, and our members will get benefited. And one last initiative which I would like to share with you is institute would be soon coming out with Startup Sarthi project, wherein all the startups will get compliances, incorporation, and further registration related support from the institute and its empaneled members. So these are the few initiatives which I wanted to share with you. At the end, I must once again thank all of you for being part of this wonderful event, and I am really going from Kochi as a satisfied president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure to invite our guest of honor, Sri S. Suhas IAS, Managing Director, CIAL, to address the gathering.
Honorable Justice Devan Ramendran sir, respectful Judge, High Court of Kerala, all the office bearers of ICSI, and my dear friends, very good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank ICSI for giving me an opportunity to be here and address you all in this prestigious function. It gives me immense pleasure to be here and to meet many of you from the most prestigious professional bodies of the country, the Institute of Company Secretaries of India at the 3rd National Conference. I discussed few things with your representatives before the start of this function, and I learned that the Institute is rendering significant service to the corporate world by helping it to upkeep the corporate ethics. And also, I hope this national conference has already deliberated on this topic. I convey my appreciation to the Institute of Company Secretaries of India for its commitment towards ensuring good governance across the Indian corporate sector and for the nation's growth, development, and self-reliance. It is said that company secretaries are the conscience keepers of the corporates. You work as the sentinels who ensure the compliance of company laws and regulations. You are the minds who ensure that the business and enterprise align their practices to achieve larger socio-economic objectives of the country. As we all are aware, company secretaries hold a distinguished place in the Indian economic scenario. In fact, in the last couple of years, I had the privilege of working with one of the brightest company secretaries, both in government sector and semi-government sector. When you look at CIL, it is a government-controlled company, sort of a semi-corporate. We have subsidiary companies as well, and we work with a couple of company secretaries. So all of them actually guide us as to how to take our matters and get it cleared in the board, but within the legal framework. And when you look at government setup, I'm MD of Roads and Bridges Corporation as well. There also we have a company secretary who aligns along with the government rules and regulations and ensures we take the company forward. The modern day company secretary is the true guide of the corporates, handholding the board, protecting the interests of all stakeholders, and more importantly, ensuring adherence to the laws of the land in letter and spirit. Company secretaries possesses the power to influence the nation's corporate governance framework, so to abide the law in letter and spirit by all professionals, and this would give rise to well-governed business, boosting the economic sector, helping the nation towards rapid economic growth. India is a country where corporates have a large contribution for growth. After the period of liberalization, the country's growth entered into another trajectory with high speed and wide reach in holistic growth. One would say companies are the backbone of Indian economy, where earlier the position was held by the agricultural sector. As India moves ahead in its journey of becoming self-sufficient in various sectors, it is professionals like you who would be playing a key role in reviving the economy and strengthening the foundations of corporate governance. In this national effort to raise the standards of living of our people, we all are working together to enhance our economic output. We have set a target to become a 5 trillion economy by 2025. For this goal to be achieved, we need each and every business stakeholder to not just contribute, but give their best. Your role as company secretary remains one of the most valuable in this endeavor. Your sincerity and hard work strengthens our economy and as much as our democracy as well. Rule of law, after all, is the fundamental on which democracies grow and prosper. We are all still grappling with the eventualities caused by COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on the economy and livelihoods. However, it is to be noted that India has fared reasonably better than many other nations, including the developed ones in its fight against this coronavirus. And we are taking steps in reviving the economy. Hence, we all have to take a concerted effort in making our economy robust again. Institutions like yours will be playing a key role in putting the economy back on the rails with the focus on good corporate governance. I'm happy to note that your organization's vision is to become a global leader in promoting good corporate governance. Undoubtedly, it is a wonderful objective. India is transforming itself at a very fast pace. Our people are looking forward to a better life. Our approach in fulfilling their dreams has been to promote good governance and ease of living while we create good economic opportunities. An efficient, fair, and just corporate governance system forms a key component of our nation-building matrix. And you, as company secretaries, have a seminal responsibility to fulfill on this account. You have been entrusted with the task to implement the company laws, connecting our people in villages, towns, and cities with boardroom decisions. Your integrity and honesty determine our commitment to a just society. I wish you the very best in your endeavors ahead, and I wish the Institute of Company Secretaries of India years of achievement and success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now call upon our President, C.S. Devendra V. Deshpande, to present Shahid Ki Beti certificate to our guest of honor, Sri S. Suhas IAS. Shahid Ki Beti is a unique initiative by ICSI for providing financial support to the girl child of martyr to support her higher education. Under this scheme, ICSI will be presenting certificate to the dignitaries of its various programs, and in a year, the total amount so accumulated will be donated to the daughter of a martyr. Thank you. It is my privilege to call upon our chief guest, Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Guest, High Court of Kerala, to address the gathering.
Good evening. Now, in most accounts, a valedictory section is like the last class on a Friday evening for a school student. You want the teacher to stop, dead stop, and walk away. I am fully aware. I will not add to the tedium. I promise you. I don't know why this is shifted here. Great privilege to be here. This is the second time I have been invited by the Institute. I believe, I did not remember the year. I was told by Mithun that it was as early as in the year 2017. It was almost as if it was yesterday. Did I inaugurate it or close it? I inaugurated it, so therefore I close it today. It was a great organized session on that day, and it is no different today. I don't reckon the empty seats. I know they are all traveling away. I can't blame them because they have spent 2 days in my beautiful city. I hope you have all seen my city. I was born and brought up here. This is a wonderful city. Many of my friends who travel, my friends, either lawyers or judges who travel, tell me so much about my city that I look at it differently every time. Because when you're born and brought up here, you never see the city. You never understand what your city is. Sometimes you wonder whether Kochi is that so beautiful when people tell me so much. So I just traveled to Chandigarh and Justice Deepak Sibal, who presently sits at the Punjab and Haryana High Court, who was telling me about Kochi, and I was turning back to see whether I was in the same city. So I hope you have seen my city, you have seen my lovely state. This is the God's own country. I didn't call it so, but I believe it is so. Now, the best thing about a valedictory section is that you know everything. You've been told everything, right? You've gone through all the sessions. I don't have to tell you anything at all. I don't know what you've been told either. But then, it's a customary thing to close it with a reflection on what you did in the last 2 days or so. I've seen many of the members here. It's a virtual homecoming. I know many of them. Not all of you, but many of you. And it's just a coincidence that two Devans are holding center stage today. One from Kochi and the other from Pune. So Mithun, of course, I know him for a long time now. And Mithun was just telling me that we meet outside also, socially. Now, one thing which Mr. Devendra said struck me. He said that we are moving into arbitration and mediation. I don't know if he said that because he knows that I am in jurisdiction today. I am the arbitration judge as of today. We change once in a while. And I have appointed company secretaries in 2 cases. Lawyers are generally very reluctant to either cite or agree to a company secretary to be the arbitrator. Believe me. It takes me a lot of goading to them. I say, come on, I know the company secretaries because I've practiced almost exclusively on the constitutional and company side, corporate side. I have associated myself with great company secretaries. I'm not taking names because if I take one and I lose the other, he will not speak to me. But I've worked with a lot of company secretaries as a counsel and as a senior counsel. And they're all brilliant. I know that most of you are, or perhaps all of you are equally brilliant, if not better. So you are ideally the best arbitrator, provided you know the nuances of the human mind. Mediation takes it far on a step ahead. So when you try to mediate or to arbitrate, essentially what you're trying to do is to deal with the construction of the human tendencies. So if you know how to deal with men, if you are a man manager well, you can become a good mediator or an arbitrator. Keep it aside that mediation and arbitration can pay you very, very well. The 4th schedule to the Arbitration Act starts with a fee of 45,000 or so, goes up to 30 lakhs, an added initiative for you to be a good arbitrator. So arbitration is not a bad thing, and I'm happy that the company secretaries are now, you are also now awakening yourself to the possibilities, the myriad possibilities of mediation and arbitration. As at present, the High Court has a list of company secretaries, as in the case of chartered accountants, lawyers, engineers, etc., as the list of arbitrators, and I choose from them. I generally make it a point not to use my personal knowledge about the company secretary or the individual for making my choice. I have my own methods through my registry. We find out about your competence, we find out about your niche expertise, and then make the choice. And it's been very difficult because when I see the kind of names that are now featured in our list, I think it's only about 11 or so. Now your institute must be having tens and maybe hundreds of members, but then we only have 11 or 10, if I'm not mistaken. So please come along. You are most welcome either to make an application to the High Court to be an arbitrator or a mediator, or you can move it through the institute now that they are coming forward with this. Now, your motto is extremely invigorating. You are people who have possibly heard this every time, but then for me to hear it after 5 years, you would have seen me. I was looking at the monitor and I was trying to read the words also. We have a monitor here. So if you're wondering, anyone wondering why I was putting my face down when the motto was being sung, it is because I was reading it here. It is your problem that you kept it here. You should have kept it there. I would have put my head up. As Mr. Rao was saying, I normally walk with my head high. I'm always inspired by the words of Tagore, where the head is held high. So that motto should be your guiding path. Everything that you require in a profession is there. And that's a motto that should apply to every profession, not merely you, to us, to the lawyers, though the truth generally is never associated with a lawyer. But then I know that. But then that is a motto that we should be following, particularly as a judge. Now, your capacities as a company secretary have evolved over the years. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. So when I interact with a company secretary, I talk to them either in my capacity as a judge or when I was a counsel. I used to tell them that you are not merely a person who takes down the scripts from the board meetings and then implements it. You are now the experts. You are the people who should now govern the manner in which the board or the policies are evolved. You are not merely a secretary to the board or to the chairman or to the managing director. You are now a coordinator, you are a governance man, and section 238 or 228 of the Companies Act defines you as a key managerial personnel. No, section 228 or 238 defines you that way, right? Key managerial personnel. 238, of course, defines it enumerates your duties. So therefore, I have not lost my law yet. And therefore, please understand that you are not merely somebody who mechanically assists the chairman or the managing director or the board of the company. You are the people who now lead it. Whether the managing director would agree to it doesn't really matter. Because even without him knowing, it is a company secretary who takes the lead these days. And that is what you should be doing. Now, I was enamored by the tagline today, company secretary pursuing perfection. For your information, we have a fundamental duty in India under the Indian Constitution. Article 51, capital A, enumerates the fundamental duties. You are all aware of the fundamental rights, section Article 19. But not many people understand that you have duties. That is Article 51, capital A. There is a sub-article, Article J, that obligates every citizen to perfection. The article says that there is a duty cast upon every citizen to achieve perfection, because if every citizen becomes perfect, India becomes perfect. There is no country but the citizens. Analogically, when you are all perfect, the institute becomes perfect. So this is in the selfish interest of the institute that you've been asked to be perfect. But then you have an obligation, law and the constitution to do so. So I congratulate every one of you. I hope I have not taken the tedium too long. I congratulate all of you for having spent 2 days meaningfully in my wonderful little city. And I hope that you will all turn out to be the best in the field, so that India, as it is now marching, would be the world leader in a few years' time. I'm proud of my country, and I'm proud of my citizens, and this is what I do on my bench. Every judgment that we deliver it understanding the impact that India can have on the world and on the business field and in the Make in India concepts. It is you who have the acme role to play. Keep that in mind and keep doing what you're doing best. Please do that. Add value to yourself. Every day should be a day of progress. Not that you can't have fun. All work makes a Jack a dull boy. But then Jane also, it becomes a dull lady. But then every day should be a day where you add value to yourself. Every experience that you experience, that you encounter, must be something that you add to yourself. You are not doing this for somebody else. You're doing this for yourself. As I said, when you become good, when you become perfect, our country becomes perfect. This is exactly what we are all trying. Whether you're a lawyer, doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, company secretary, it doesn't matter. When you endeavor to be the best, when you add value to yourself on a continuous basis, I always say, I'm definitely a far better lawyer than I was when I joined in the year 1991. And I believe that I'm a better lawyer than I was yesterday, today. So that should be the way you should be trying to evolve. Adding value to yourself. Don't take your job in a mechanical or a mundane fashion. This is a job that can give you a lot of satisfaction if you understand the nuances and the purlieus of your perimeters of your responsibilities. And the nation depends upon you, because we are now dependent on the dynamics of business and commerce, where to lead it to the position that it is entitled to. So thank you again, and thank you so much for having endured me for the last 7 or 8 or 9 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your joyous and energetic speech. May I now call upon CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary, ICSI, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon. With a lot of, after that speech, I think you should all have become vibrant enough. His Lordship Honorable Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Judge, High Court of Kerala, Shri S. Suhas, Managing Director, Cochin International Airport Limited, President of the Institute, Devendra Videsh Pandey, Shri Nagendra Reddy Rao, immediate past President and the Program Director, Mithun, Chairman, Cochin Chapter, Balasubramaniam, former Chairman, SIRC, all the MC members, dear all council members, and all the members present here. Indeed, we had a great 2 days. And I know that we are coming to the end of the 3rd National Conference of the Corporate CS. Dear friends, we had an excellent session. The session began with the inaugural session which was inaugurated by the Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha, Ernakulam constituency by Haibi Eden. We had been graced by the presence of Dr. K.N. Raghavan, Chairman T-Board. And we had, during the day, great technical sessions ranging from critical aspects of SEBI compliances, BRSR, financial impacts of non-financial reporting. Then we ended our day with a great memorable journey to the territorial sea of Kochi. And indeed, I can say, as Honorable Justice was sharing, I also tried to understand my city more. I also was learning from the eyes of all the delegates that Kochi is really beautiful. So thank you, entire managing committee, for making this arrangement. We started today with the technical session on evolving role of CS in the era of digitalization. We had a special session on leadership skills with regard to crisis management and also opportunities beyond boundaries. All the sessions, I'm not naming the faculties and the moderators for the paucity of time. All the sessions were deliberated very well, and I know there is a lot of value additions which you are going to take back home. And we were really blessed, indeed blessed, with the presence of the Honorable Justice, and I really thank you, sir, for that wonderful piece of encouragement this afternoon. And of course, your words of thought with regard to our presence being there more in the field of arbitration. I request the Kochi chapter to please take it very, very seriously. We will do all our help which is required from the headquarters. And I request our President, Devendra Deshpande, to kindly hand over a Shahid Ki Beti certificate to the Honorable Justice as a token of our gratitude. Thank you. In fact, friends, when we speak about arbitration, as I announced yesterday in the inaugural session, this is the book which has been worked upon with great efforts by our Center of Excellence on Arbitration. And we will be sending you to your registered address, to all the delegates, the copy of this copy, to all the persons present here. So kindly make use of this great material. I also place on record my sincere thanks to Shri S. Suhas, IAS Managing Director, Cochin International Airport Limited, sir, for your gracious presence this afternoon and encouraging us with your kind words. Dear friends, such a huge program and managed so well. This requires a tremendous efforts, and what can I say? The efforts which has been done by the managing committee and the leaders and the employees from ICSI is incredible. To start with, I thank our respected President, Devendra Deshpande, to first of all hosting this program in Kochi, my own city, and the entire city taking it, and the managing committee taking it so seriously. Thank you, managing committee members, entire. I also thank immediate past President Nagendra D. Rao and the program director. Of course, as he said, Karnataka and Kerala are the same. Of course, he is also same for us. He is like our representative in the Central Council. Thank you, sir, for all the support throughout. I thank the entire council members for their continuous support throughout this journey. I thank SIRC chairman and the entire SIRC team for being with us. I thank especially Bala Subramanian ji, chairman, previous chairman of the SIRC and a proud member from Kochi, for all your support. And I thank Mithun, chairman Kochi chapter, and the entire managing committee members, Baiju ji, Madhu, Sharad, Kiran, and Nikhil. Thank you so much. I thank the entire ICSI staff led by Preeti ji, Banuji, Khushbu, Sanjeev, and all others. I'm not naming everyone. Thank you, all of you, for making this event a memorable one. I also want to place on record my sincere thanks to both the comparers, Manju and Madhulika. Excellent work. Excellent work. Also would like to place on record my sincere thanks to Himanshu and team for the excellent support and technical support they have been providing throughout this program. Also would like to place on record the hospitality provided by Radisson Blue. Thank you. This program would not happen without the support of the sponsors. I really sincerely thank the entire sponsors, ranging from the gold sponsor, BPCL, RE Sustainability Limited, Saffron Capital Advice Private Limited. Our silver sponsors, Bank of Baroda, BSE Investors Protection Fund, Central Depositories Services Limited, the South Indian Bank Limited. Our sponsorship for kit, pen pads, etc. was provided by Geojit Financial Services Limited. Kind sponsorships were provided by Double Horse Spices Products, Harrison Malayalam Tea. We have also been provided with support by advertisement in our monthly journal Chartered Secretary by Premium Medical and Healthcare Providers Private Limited, Synthite Group. The stalls were provided by Taxman Publications and Board Pack INC. I thank you each one of the members who have been present here, and all those members who have attended this program virtually. I think you have made this program a grand success. I think this has become one of the most memorable events of ICSI. Thank you, each one of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you from the entire team ICSI. Thank you. I also would like to announce a couple of programs coming up. We have a Karnataka State Conference of Company Secretaries on 14th and 15th of May. I think most of you might have already got the flyer. It's going to be held at Bangalore. So request all of you to use this opportunity to attend the said conference. Also, as President has already announced, we would be having our national PCS on 17th and 18th of June, most probably at Lonavala, Pune. And we have our major program under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on 9th June at Delhi. So I request all of you to make use of these opportunities and to support the ICSI as ever. Thank you, all of you.
I request the managing committee members, regional council, and the staff of our institute for a group photo. Please come on the dais. Council members, please. Please come in. Regional council members also. Please come in, fast. And the computers also, please come in. And the volunteers also. Yes, please.
They say all good things have to come to an end. Similarly, our third National Conference of Corporate CEOs have also come to a conclusion. We hope these 2 days in Kochi have helped to polish your knowledge and would help to take back good memories back home. We request all to kindly rise for the national anthem.
गण अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे